Well, today I don't have much going on again because we're in a statewide lockdown. But storage unit isn't too far from my house, so that's essential travel as far as I'm concerned. So thought I'd just do a quick video since it's kind of nice out. Hopefully the wind don't get us too bad, and kind of just go over all the ouches and scratches and oopses on the AMX, even though it looks like it's really nice. She's got some issues on the body these days, and she's going to kind of go over them since it's kind of a nice sunny day out. But I do apologize if the wind is blowing and you can't really hear me. I'll do my best to make it better. So first off, on this AMX, I've never had the reflector lens for the rear, and I actually made that out of just some sheet metal or something, and welded some screws, some bolts on the backside, and just ran them into the trunk and tightened them. This whole trim here has actually been bashed in, and just what I found on an old Javelin that had been rear-ended. So it'd be nice to maybe get a reflector and get some better stuff for the back of the car. The bumper's not 100%. It's actually got some dents in it, but you know, I'm not too concerned about that stuff. Sold my only emblem I had on it to a guy that's restoring an AMX. A little bit of door chips here. And then the front fenders are probably the worst. Since I've worked on this car so much, I really haven't done any good stuff for my fenders. So lots of rock chips in them. And then when I was building my exhaust before this last winter here, I somehow was dragging my header, and the car was too close to the wall and the header, and I scratched this whole thing up with the header. So I've got a nice chunk of paint missing out of it. And then when I recently did my brakes, I dropped apparently a bunch of brake fluid right there on it, so it ate some of the paint away. Well, there's just lots of little chips in it. My front fender extensions are a little messed up. This one here, that's for me taking the hood off and on. It's kind of hard to do that by yourself. This front bumper was really not in very good shape. I just kind of grinded it up, and it had a lot of surface rust on it, and just kind of painted it orange. But some of the orange is finally coming off, but it's done real good for the last couple of years. So just random scratches. This one here has got a lot of scratches. I wear a belt, not a belt buckle, but my metal belt. When I'm leaning over the car like that and stuff, it scratches up the fender. So I'm probably going to end up repainting the front fenders here and probably maybe redo the bumper as soon as the weather gets nicer. Like I said, it's a pretty nice day out here. Right now it's like 49 degrees, I think. Tomorrow's supposed to be 55, but still a little too cold to paint because I'd have to have the door open on the garage and set up a makeshift paint booth, and yeah. And then there's a light little skim of Bondo, because I replaced the quarters with actual patch panels that you could buy. And right here is actually the seam, and for whatever reason it didn't fit very well. The fitment wasn't very good right here, so I had to put a little bit of Bondo. I think there's like a little chunk right here that's not real good, and so I put a little bit of Bondo there, but it's actually starting to break right there, so we'll have to probably grind this down and do some patching on that. Got some chips in here and stuff like that. The worst dent on this whole car, which is really hard to see, but it's actually like a puncture dent. It doesn't puncture through the metal, but it's a weird cone-shaped type of dent on here. So like I said, it's tough to see. You might pick up on it, but you know, that, and then everybody gripes about my paint job, but you know, it's just tractor paint. You can actually see where it's really thin in the sunlight. You can see the primer where I didn't really get too many good coats on it. But you know, you're painting this stuff inside your garage, it's attached to your house, you really try to limit on how many coats you're doing so you don't die of some sort of lung cancer from inhaling all the fumes. I mean, I dress in a Tyvek suit and stuff, but that stuff can travel through walls and really stink your house up. So like I said, it's tough to do this stuff in your own garage sometimes, but you know, make do with what you can. And then I painted this car in like 4 stages. I think I painted kind of like the quarter panel and maybe half the roof, and then I did the door and maybe the cowl or whatever, and then I did the fender one day. You know, I kind of did it in stages, so the paint's probably not matched 100% since I didn't mix them all probably proper anyways. But anyways, just a few glamour shots of it out in the sun. I've had a few people on Instagram asking me they'd like to actually see the car in the light, so here's a video of it in the light. Doesn't look too bad 10 feet away. And I need to adjust that passenger door. It kind of hangs out a little bit on the bottom. Shuts good, but hangs out a little bit, so. And then a few other people were asking me about the exhaust. Well, there you go. It's under the rear axle. I've never hit it yet, but you know, you got about 5 inches of clearance. Sorry, it's hard for me to see the camera. It's so bright. So I'm not filming this very good. And then I think the tires are measuring right around 14 inches wide. They're pretty big. Of course, I haven't measured them in a while. And then a few other people want to know how the exhaust looked from under the car too, traveling this way. Some odd request, but I don't mind showing it. Just pretty much straight down the car from the headers all the way out over under the axles and just tips out at the back there. There's my exhaust, or my mufflers, if you call them that. But a lot of fun. And then the last thing that only a couple of people have ever asked me is they want to see the stickers up close. I got a friend that drags race a little bit, and I go drag race with him in Helena. I'm going to try to do it every year with him. But he makes these stickers and decals for cars and stuff, and he made that one, and I really liked it. And he has this one on his Camaro. He's got a little version of this one, and I told him it was like my favorite one. Of course, I don't really know what it is, but I guess it's just somebody hiding under the bed. But I like that on the side of the car when people are next to me, so I can tell them don't be scared. So, and then, you know, I got some just generic stickers from parts that I buy that throw on there. Sponsor sticker there on the corner. And then, you know, some Summit Racing stuff. But we haven't blown out an O-ring yet again, thankfully. I've been really watching it. I've had a few problems with it leaking fuel again, but it seems to finally quit, so I have to really keep an eye on that. And since I can't get the car tuned because no one's around to tune because of the lockdown, it doesn't idle still and it doesn't run real super well, so I'm being pretty cautious on how I drive it right now until I can eventually get somebody out to tune it, because it probably needs to be tuned bad. And if that's not in the near future, I may just order an HP tuner for myself. That's what everybody's been using on this car, and it's like between $400 and $500 to order the whole kit, and I guess then I'll have to learn how to tune the car myself. And that may be a better choice than relying on people, I guess. But And the tuner I use, he's really super busy. He's about the only guy in the valley here that does a really good job. So there's a few other people, but I wouldn't take a bicycle to let them change a bicycle chain, honestly. So, well, that's gonna wrap it up for this quick video. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything else to record right this moment. Hopefully we'll get some parts in the mail. The Frankenhood is almost done, but same thing, I gotta wait to paint it. It's too cold to paint still, and got a little bit more things I want to tweak on it. It's pretty well done, but I gotta add just a few little spackle primer spots to it to clean up a few little holes left over from fiberglassing and stuff on it. So got a little work to do to it before I'm 100% done, but that should be hopefully done here in the next week or two. It's supposed to be up in the 50s and climbing into the 60s, so just need one good day to paint the hood and get the hood painted. So alright, well, I appreciate everybody that's watching these videos, and please leave comments, let me know what you think about stuff, what I can improve on, because you know, that's I'm pretty new at all this taping stuff, and I know a lot of my videos aren't really all that great, but just let me know what I can improve on, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.